welcome to Tinderbox. I am Tinder and this is where I speak my truth, my whole truth, and nothing but my truth. So first things first, I hope you and yours are keeping well and safe and sound and sane given the current situation we're all dealing with. And I actually hope that you're starting to ease into the new normal. So everybody has a different version of their new normal, but I'm actually quite happy about the progress I'm seeing around me. I'm seeing more people outside. I'm seeing more cars outside. And when I go to the office, there are more cars packed outside. So it's really, really good to see people starting to go out and mind their own business. A very, very massive thank you to everyone that has been sharing my posts and sending me their love. Guys, your endorsement means so much to me. So thank you so much for that. Now, this week's vlog it's just a chat, because I've been thinking about this for a while and I have friends who have kids. They've come to me and we've had chats about it, and I've been speaking with a lot of parents of late about their experiences, especially during the lockdown, and how they are coping. And it's quite enlightening when you speak with parents and when they open up to you and tell you their struggles. I mean, I don't know how you guys are doing. So I took it to my social media and asked my friends what their fears are bringing up kids in this craziness and whether they would do it again given the chance. I had mixed reactions, but the participation was very minimal. Very few people. Now, I have hundreds and hundreds of friends who have kids, but not all of them came out and told me their honest truth. And I feel that a lot of parents shy away from opening up about their fears as parents and whether they would do it again. And they tend to see it more as being confrontational rather than you just being curious and asking questions. So I totally get it. But the parents that actually came out to me and opened up to me had very similar fears. So the biggest one was technology. So overstimulation, information overload, a lot of stuff that you can't sieve. So there's just so much to consume. And a lot of kids, especially when you get to the teenage years, you get a phone and your parents don't have access to your phone. So it's almost like your little world of secrets. They can't control that. So I can understand how parents are scared when kids go on the internet, and technology is a minefield. So growing up, we were consuming news from the newspaper. So you would wake up in the morning, go to the shops, buy a newspaper, and everything would be spread out. So you would have the different segments and sports and entertainment. So it wasn't like opening a newspaper and drama from page 1 to the last page. And that is what the internet has led to. So news is being shared on a real-time basis. So if something happens at one side of the world, everybody will know within minutes. And then having cameras on our phones doesn't help either. So the way we're consuming media right now is absolutely crazy. And that is a very genuine fear. The other fear is how to instill discipline to your kids. So right now, there are so many gatekeepers that dictate what you can do and what you can't do. Of course, most of the people from my generation got spanked. So your parents would pinch you, give you a gentle spank here and there. Now, my mom used to go all out. Sometimes she would get so frustrated and she would take it out on us. So it was crazy. It wasn't the gentle spank that you would give your child. No, she used to really take it there. And I didn't like it at all. So the fact that you can't discipline your kids, I mean, it's a positive because some people would go overboard. So I can see the positive side of it. Sometimes a gentle pinch does a trick. So that is one of the fears that the parents had. And then there was a usual kidnapping. There was a child abuse, which is fueled by child pornography as well. And I remember reading a Facebook post a few days ago, and this guy was actually sharing this, and he said that the sexual experiences he had as a child were through aunties and house girls. So these are adults that molested him and they forced him to touch them. And he didn't know any different because his friends were going through the same thing. So he thought that, oh, that's what people go through. And a lot of times we concentrate so much on the girls and protecting girls and looking out for girls, and we forget about the boys. So it's really important for parents to have those conversations with their boys and tell them, listen, nobody should tell you to touch this, nobody should tell you to touch that, nobody should touch this, and nobody should touch that. And if that happens, come to me and let me know. So that was a very interesting story. And then there's a fear of delayed learning. So you fear that your child will be quite slow in catching up with other kids. And in a culture where we're constantly pushing for geniuses, it's very easy for your child to get lost in all that pressure. So I can understand how a parent could have that fear. And of course you want your child to be the best of the best of the best. And if they're not, then it becomes a problem and it can be emotionally draining, and you keep on blaming yourself and you keep on just wondering what you can do. And then that could lead to frustration, which will then have a negative impact on the relationship you're having with your child. And that is why I'm quite interested in finding out how this homeschooling is working out, because these are people that have 9 to 5 jobs and all of a sudden they are teachers. You know, people go to school and people study to become teachers. It's a profession. There's a bit of psychology, and there are so many skills that parents need to have in order to teach kids that they don't have. So if you're doing your 9 to 5 and then you're at home taking care of your child as well, homeschooling, and then you don't understand the homework yourself, so you're even struggling, and your kids start questioning your own intelligence. So it's absolutely crazy what is happening right now. And I can understand why parents are feeling how they're feeling. The other fears were the racism and the terrorism, and how do I explain to my child what is happening around them? How do I tell my child that it's okay for them to go out and play there, that nothing will happen to them? When it comes to whether they would do it again, most of them said that the cuddles they get and the laughter and the love and all the milestones they get to observe were worth doing it again. Some of them also said that they would probably not do it if they were doing it alone. So if you're going to be a single parent, you wouldn't do it. But then we can't dictate who stays in our lives and who doesn't stay. So it's really hard for us to guarantee that this person we're having a child with will be with us for the whole lifetime of this child. So a lot of times life happens and you're shoved into being a single parent. But I can see how that would be a deal breaker for most people. And then there were the really brave ones that actually said, you know what, Tinder, I wouldn't do it the same way. And these are the people that get crucified. And there are so many articles on social media and videos of women that have actually come out and said, you know what, I wish I had made a different decision. I wish I wasn't a mother. I wish I didn't have my kids. And they have been crucified. But this is a kind of honesty we need. These are the kind of conversations that enable people like me, who are unapologetically childless, make the decisions we're making. Now, I'm quite lucky to have very honest friends who share their struggles, and these friends have helped me make the decisions I have made as far as not having kids. Of course, I do get broody every now and then, but I have to pull myself out of that altered state of mind, so it definitely helps. So attacking someone that opens up and says they regret being a mother doesn't really help, because then these people close up, and you can see what happened with that question. When I asked that question, very few people came out to actually tell me their honest truth. So a lot of people don't want to talk about it because they fear that judgment of how dare you say that, you're a bad parent, you're selfish, you're this, you're that. So I can totally understand. So what I would like to see is a world where people are open and honest without any judgment being cast upon them, and they can actually advise the people that are thinking about it, because some of us are still on the fence and we're still weighing out our options, and we're like, should I not, should I not? And if everybody family is telling you that it's all about rainbows and unicorns and cotton candy, and they're not telling you about the negatives, which could be a deal breaker for you, then you might end up just going and having a kid, and then you're like, oh my God, Tinder, I wish someone had told me. I wish someone had actually expressed how hard this is. So let's have honest conversations. And for parents who are really struggling, I mean, I get you. And I know that I'm not a parent, so I've not earned the stripes, but I am surrounded by parents and I can see the struggles that they're going through. So be honest and have very open conversations. And if you need help, reach out. And for people like me who are childless and you're surrounded by friends who have kids, reach out to them and ask if there's any way you can help. Maybe you can help them by babysitting their kids and giving them some respite. Maybe you can take the kids out to the park and let the parents breathe. So I know that they've already had the kids, so that they can't give the kids back, but we can definitely help, and we can be more understanding and more caring, and we can reach out and uplift their spirits. So let's be kind to one another, because we are all on different journeys. And although some of us have decided to be child-free, it doesn't mean that we can't contribute to the lives of people that have kids. We definitely can. I just felt that I really needed to have that conversation, because I have friends that are really struggling, and I know that I can definitely help. So guys, if you have kids and you're around me and you need me to help with your babysitting, let me know. I love kids as long as I can give them back. Thanks so much, guys. Now, if you like what you've seen and what you've heard, leave your like below. Do not forget to subscribe and be kind. Reach out and be kind. All right? All right, guys. See you next weekend. Bye.